How's it? Today is September 9th, Big Friday. Today was a longer day than anticipated. It turned out pretty good as well. I was just building off of last week, so I actually don't think I put the note in last week's video. So here, no more than two misses at the same weight. If I'm feeling fresh, wave down and wave back up to attempt that same weight if I did miss two misses. Um, so this week is building 3 kilos on top of 98 snatch, which is what I did last week. And then building 3 kilos up on what I did last week for clean and jerk. So I did 98 last week for snatch. So 101 for snatch today. Clean and jerks was 120. So it's 123 today. Pretty simple there. After my clean jerks, I actually added in some clean deadlifts because I am planning to go to a tomorrow festival tomorrow with Rebecca. Pretty excited about that. So I don't have time to lift tomorrow morning. So it was like a audible that I called halfway through the session. I was like, oh shit. I don't know what the time commitment's going to look like tomorrow for that. So I'm going to just kind of iron it out today and figure that out now. So I ended up just doing one set of, or work up to a heavy set of one heavy single for my deadlift. I was going to do some benching, push-ups and whatnot, but I started the session a lot later today than I wanted to. And then with the addition of adding some things in, it just felt like it became a little bit too much. So I ended up not having time to do my push-ups. This is not one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm skipping my accessories, because while I technically did skip my accessories, this was actually additional. So this was not planned to be a part of my training today. So I don't look at it the same that I would otherwise if I had skipped my accessories altogether. But yeah, as far as my snatches go today, I felt pretty consistent overall. Towards the end of like my warm-ups, of course, it was getting heavier. The way that I am starting to move was a little closer to where I want to be than I have been in the past, I guess I could say. If you look at these here, I'm trying my best to keep my chest on top of the bar for as long as I can. Some of these start positions are a little bit lower than I've been wanting to do, because I kind of default back to how I was lifting before. Failed that. Was not happy there, especially because I ended up, I did 98 last week, and ooh, pretty good. That was pretty nice. But when I look at it, it's like if I had to listen to the rule, right, where it's like if I fail two in a row, then I have to restart. So it puts a little bit of pressure. Not very good with this 101. I wasn't even close. I think I'm extending a little bit too early. A little bit better there. I think one thing I could look at, I probably talked about it on Monday and more importantly on Wednesday, was my kind of the way that I'm starting off the ground. If I have extended lower back, then the lift itself comes together pretty easily. But once my lower back dips into any amount of flexion, or I guess even neutral, I get out of position for whatever reason. It's more prominent, of course, with my cleans. So these here felt solid, felt awesome. My lower back was extended throughout most of it, and feels pretty good. I don't know what's going on with that. This clean was solid. This is probably the best clean I did. I guess total set altogether on the day. Jerk was solid as well. I mean, it is just 100, but my timing for a lot of my cleans has just been a little bit too off. I think something that was happening with my snatches a little bit was that I was extending a little bit too early. So the bar, as far as height on the like relative to my body, I am not as high as I'm not as close to my hips as I should be, as I normally am, as I should be, and so the timing itself gets kind of thrown out of whack. You see there, if I had pulled a little bit higher on my onto closer to my waist, my hips, then that bar wouldn't have been as far out. Whatever the case is, 120 is not super heavy, so yeah, I'm not happy with that. 123 here. This clean is solid. My timing is probably the best on this one of the heavier weights. I don't think it was as good as 100. Like, of course, it is, 23 kilos heavier. I missed this jerk though. My upper back was feeling quite pained here. I'm not happy. And here's my actual make. This clean is garbaje. So definitely that thing where I am extending too early, and then perhaps pulling a little bit early with my arms, kind of leads me down to this place where I'm not able to get good timing or get good positioning relative, like as far as my upper body on the bar. Yeah, so I moved into my clean deadlifts here. Super, super heavy. It did not feel good at all. My upper back is giving me a ton of issues here. I was honestly very worried about my upper back because of how it felt for these clean deadlifts, and like I don't know how it would affect my front squat, because front squat's a little bit more important than the clean deadlift is, right? At least today it is. So yeah, I initially had the intention of going for 160 for 2, but this is just so hard. Said one's enough. One's enough. After that, I moved into my front squats again. I think it is more important than the clean deadlifts, but as far as like scheduling, order of what I'm doing, the deadlift, because it's already on the ground, it's a little bit more convenient, a little bit easier to do. Front squats here, 3 3s at 126, which is going off of Monday's weight. Technically, would have. I mean, I missed 143 on Monday, so my weight for that is not, it's not a weight that I can technically do for, what's it called? Yeah, and then that thumbs up there was just to signify that my upper back was actually feeling fine, which is a good place to be. But I am going off of 140 for my, as if I did 140 on Monday. I was trying to say earlier, I failed 143, and I actually didn't do 140 at all. But I know I did 140 last week, so whatever it is, I'm able to kind of push through that. It's my last set here, and then afterwards, I did all my sets, I promise, of accessories. Did not do push-ups, but I did do my pull-ups and my GHD sit-ups. As you can see on the clock there, it's very close to 2:30. I start work at 3 o'clock, so if I am back at my apartment by 2:30, then I'll be on work on time. So it's super important for me to be able to do that. But yeah, progress is hard to come by, and it feels like I am starting to make some amount of progress with the 4 days a week. I guess this week is 3 days, but yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next week. Maybe I'll have to repeat Monday and Wednesday, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.